Welcome back to Penn State Sports Night. I'm Jeremy Ganes alongside Hunter Pitcoff and Sommer Thomas. We are fresh off the NFL Draft Combine, which means that we are in total mock draft mode, but let's start with the biggest storylines coming out of the workouts, which Penn State players improved their stock here, guys. There are a lot of guys working out, so who's doing well now?
Yeah, I'm going to go with Miles Sanders. All the scouts are buzzing about him right now. He had a great combine. Yeah, he's pretty athletic, but it's really the drills that separated him from the rest of the pack, in my opinion. He's very elusive. He's very quick on his feet. He has great change of direction and speed as well. And although a lot of people are like, oh, who's going to replace Saquon Barkley? He's going to fill that void. Miles Sanders had a pretty successful season last year, and his on-field production, I think, also matches his physical traits, and he'll definitely go day 2 in the draft.
And Summer, who's?
I'm going to have to say Trace McSorley. He went 4.5 in the 40, and some teams even asked him to work out as a defensive back, and he declined. But he was the fastest of all the quarterbacks in the draft. I think that'll set him up to be in a good spot in the draft.
You look at him as someone who can be a really good defensive back prospect, or should he, stick to his guns and be a quarterback?
I think he should stick to his guns for sure. There's a reason why he declined to work out as a defensive back, because it's just not where his specialty is anymore.
All right, now we got 2 big quarterback prospects, a weak draft at that position, but the 2 biggest guys, Murray and Haskins, where are they going to fall in the draft here?
Yeah, if I'm the Cardinals and you don't take Kyler Murray, you're crazy, basically. He has all the traits you need. He's kind of like the Zion Williamson of this draft, a very unconventional quarterback. However, you can't teach his speed. You can't teach his arm talent. Yes, there's a debate, is he going to play baseball? I don't really think that's the case. Cliff Kingsbury even said before he even was going to get hired by the Cardinals, I'd take him number 1. And Josh Rosen's a good player, but you can definitely get trade value for him. Kyler Murray is a franchise-changing quarterback.
And so now we talked about Murray. Haskins here, if Murray goes first overall, his value will likely be pushed up. So where do you see Haskins falling in the draft?
I see Haskins ending with the Giants. I think he's the perfect quarterback for what they need to build the rest of their team around. And I think Eli Manning's days are pretty much over. If the Giants don't take Haskins, I think they're making a big mistake.
All right, now let's move on to skill position players. Which of these guys raised their draft stocks after the combine?
I'm just going to go for one, Paris Campbell. A lot of people think, he's just going to be a slot receiver. I don't think that's actually the case. I do believe he can play on the outside. He's got all the route trees basically on lock. He's also, again, very fast, great hands as well. I definitely think he could be going day 1 after a really impressive combine. Andy Isabella, fun fact, he beat Campbell's former teammate Denzel Ward in a 100-meter dash in high school in the state of Ohio. And yeah, he's just a guy, just get the ball in his hands. He has the wheels to take to the house any given moment. And Noah Fant, tight end, him and TJ Hawkinson, 2 tight ends from Iowa, they may be the first pair of tight ends to go in the first round in the common draft era. Noah Fant in particular, a freak athlete. Obviously, he showed that at the combine, but also really proved that he can be a natural hands catcher. That was a big concern of his from the scouting standpoint entering it, and he's checking all the boxes.
And which skill position player, Summer, are you looking at?
I'm looking at DK Metcalf from Ole Miss for sure. He has the size to make big plays. He's really fast. He had a 4.33, and I really think he's going to be one of the top receiver picks for this draft. And then also you have Alex Barnes. So he wasn't really in the conversation, I think, to be earlier in the first round or in the first round at all. But I think that him breaking the bench press record for running backs might have put some scouts' eyes on him. So I really think he would be a good pick for some teams looking for some running back depth.
And now this is, of course, going to be known as a defensive-heavy draft. Tons of pass rushers, interior linemen, outside guys. Which guys do you think shine the brightest in the combine? Who really made themselves some money?
Yeah, Montez Sweat. He's the type of dude that you want walking off the bus first. He's that physically opposing. Obviously a freak athlete. We have 4.4, 140, which is the fastest any D lineman's ever run in the combine. But also just his athleticism matches the on-field production. His upside is huge. Definitely going top 10 for sure. Now, Devin White, I think he overall may have the best combine performance regardless of position. He's definitely the perfect archetype for what you want in a modern-day linebacker. He's fast, he's smart, he's a leader, and he hits hard. If you watch him on tape, he's very fun to watch. And Tristan Hill out of UCF started 1 game for the Knights last year. However, that being said, I kind of call him like a dancing bear. He's 308 pounds. He's a big boy. However, he just moves really agile. He's very light in his feet, and he definitely raised some eyebrows during these last couple of days at the Combine.
And Summer, who are you looking at on defense to really make an impact in the draft?
I mean, of course, I have to go with Greedy Williams. He's one of the LSU cornerbacks, and they have a history of producing very solid cornerbacks and defensive backs. He has great size, very fast for his position. And then also Byron Murphy. He's definitely not one of the guys that I would say is in the top 5 as far as cornerbacks go, but I think his above average draft performance really put him back in the conversation. Not to mention, he has great football IQ. And also Jamel Dean. Jamel Dean, Auburn cornerback, excellent size speed combination. He's 6'1", 206, and he ran a 4.3. So I really think that's going to put him up there in the draft for sure.
All right. And that'll do it for our NFL Draft Combine wrap-up. With pro days and mock drafts coming up soon, make sure to keep it locked on Penn State Sports Night for more of our coverage of the 2019 NFL Draft.
Thank you for watching our latest edition of Penn State Sports Night. If you're a fan of our content, please be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel for more clips. Also follow us on Twitter at PSSNTV and on Instagram at PSU Sports Night to keep up with the action. For all my colleagues, we are Penn State Sports Night.